Welcome to another deep dive into the animal world. And today we're going to be looking at some animals that are a little bit, let's just say, outside the box.
Outside the box?
Yeah.
Like that.
And maybe even abnormal. But we've got 10 creatures that really showcase just how diverse and, unusual the animal kingdom can be.
I love it.
So
Abnormal animals.
we're going to be talking about salamanders that can regrow limbs.
Yeah.
A fish that looks more like a blob. I mean, come on.
Well, it does.
And even a microscopic creature that can survive in space. I mean,
You can't get much more abnormal than that.
No.
That's incredible.
yeah.
So we've got a lot to cover today.
Yeah, so what's really fascinating about these creatures, though, is that their quote-unquote abnormalities are actually incredible adaptations.
Right.
That allow them to thrive in these unique environments.
Yeah, it really makes you reconsider what normal even means in nature.
Totally.
What is normal?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all relative. It's all about fitting into your environment and making the most of what you got.
Okay, let's start with the axolotl.
Okay?
It's a salamander that looks like it's always smiling.
Oh, yeah, they're cute little guys.
And it has these feathery external gills.
Just
It looks like something straight out of a fantasy novel.
absolutely. It
Okay.
really does. Like a little dragon.
Yeah.
Almost.
Tell me more.
Well, and those gills are a clue to one of the axolotl's most fascinating traits.
Okay.
It exhibits something called neoteny.
Neoteny.
Neoteny, meaning it retains its larval features even into adulthood.
Huh.
So most salamanders lose those gills when they mature,
Okay.
but the axolotl holds on to them.
So it's like they're forever young.
It's like they're forever young.
And incredibly resilient.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone knows they can regrow limbs and tails.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But did you know they could even regenerate parts of their spinal cord?
That's right. And this research has shown they can even regenerate parts of their brain.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's something that most animals can only dream of.
Yeah.
And you can understand why scientists are so interested in them, especially those working in regenerative medicine.
Totally.
Like, imagine if we could harness this power to help people recover from spinal cord injuries or regrow damaged organs.
That's incredible.
It's mind-blowing.
That's truly remarkable.
It is.
All right. Shifting gears completely.
Okay.
We're diving into the deep sea to meet the blobfish.
All right.
This one is definitely unique.
Well, unique is one way to put it.
I mean,
Look at it.
yeah.
The blobfish is perfectly adapted to the crushing pressure of the deep ocean.
Right.
Down there, it actually looks like a pretty normal fish, believe it or not.
Right.
But when it's brought to the surface,
Right.
where the pressure changes drastically its gelatinous body, which is, designed to withstand those intense depths,
Yeah.
well, it kind of collapses into a blob.
So the blobfish isn't actually a blob in its natural habitat.
Exactly.
It's all relative to the environment.
It's all relative to the environment, a great example of how form follows function in the natural world.
Yeah.
The blobfish's body is perfectly suited to its deep-sea home.
I mean, that's so interesting.
It is fascinating.
Speaking of extreme environments, let's talk about a creature that can survive just about anywhere.
Let's do it.
The tardigrade, also known as a water bear.
Oh, yeah, the water bear.
They're microscopic,
Tiny little thing.
but they are incredibly tough.
Tough doesn't even begin to describe it.
I mean, come on.
We're talking about a creature that can withstand boiling water, freezing temperatures, and even the vacuum of space.
I've heard that scientists have bombarded them with radiation, dehydrated them for years, even shot them into space.
That's right.
And they just bounce back.
They just bounce right back.
How is that even possible?
Their secret weapon is a state called cryptobiosis.
Cryptobiosis?
Yeah, essentially they replace the water in their cells with a special sugar called trehalose. And this acts like a protective glass, allowing them to survive extreme dehydration and temperatures. So they basically hit pause on their metabolism
Oh, wow.
and can stay that way for decades, waiting for conditions to improve.
That's crazy.
And then they come back to life as if nothing happened.
That's mind-boggling.
It is, isn't it?
Talk about resilience.
Unbelievable.
From the microscopic to the mighty. Let's move on to the mantis shrimp.
All right, the mantis shrimp.
This little crustacean is a powerhouse.
Oh, they are powerful.
I mean,
Don't let their size fool ya.
yeah.
They may be small, but their club-like appendages can accelerate faster than a .22 caliber bullet.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that force creates cavitation bubbles that produce shock waves and intense heat.
Wow.
Strong enough to crack aquarium glass and stun prey much larger than themselves.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, some researchers even think they could damage boats.
I mean, wow, if we had those kind of punches, we wouldn't need any tools.
We'd be unstoppable.
Yeah. But their incredible strength isn't their only remarkable feature, right?
Absolutely not. Mantis shrimp also possess some of the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom.
Oh.
We humans have 3 types of color receptors, but mantis shrimp have 16.
16.
16! They can see ultraviolet and polarized light-perceiving colors we can't even imagine.
Okay, so not only do they have super strength, but they see the world in ways we can't even comprehend.
It's true. It makes you wonder what they see that we're completely missing.
It really does. And speaking of amazing sights, let's head to the Arctic to meet the narwhal, often called the unicorn of the sea.
Ah, the narwhal.
This whale has a long spiraled tusk, which can grow up to 10 feet long.
That's a big tusk.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by narwhals.
Oh, they're beautiful creatures.
They seem so mythical, like something out of a legend.
Right.
So what's the purpose of that incredible tusk?
That's a question that scientists are still debating.
Really?
Yeah, some theories suggest it's used for attracting mates, while others propose it helps with navigation or hunting. There's even speculation that it's a sensory organ allowing them to detect changes in water temperature or salinity.
So despite all our technology and research, we still don't fully understand this creature.
We don't.
That shares our planet, that's humbling.
It speaks to the vastness of what we still don't know about the natural world.
Totally. Okay, from the majestic narwhal to, well, something a little different.
All right, what's next?
Let's talk about the aye.
The aye.
This nocturnal lemur from Madagascar is truly one of a kind.
One of a kind is an understatement. Look at this thing. It has bat-like ears.
I mean,
Those incredibly creepy skeletal fingers and large glowing eyes. It's a primate that looks like it was designed by committee.
it definitely has a unique look.
It's a little spooky, isn't it?
It is a little creepy.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind those bizarre features?
Well, the aye has a very specialized hunting strategy. It uses echolocation, tapping its long, bony middle finger on trees to listen for grubs hiding within. Once it locates its prey, it uses its rodent-like teeth to gnaw through the wood and extract the juicy grub.
So it's got like built-in tools.
It's like a little Swiss Army knife of the animal world.
Right, and I mean that's incredible.
Yeah,
But it also seems incredibly specialized.
it is.
What happens if their forest habitat changes
Yeah,
and those grubs become scarce? It seems like they'd be very vulnerable.
that's a valid concern. The aye is highly adapted to its specific niche, and any disruption to that environment could have serious consequences for its survival. It highlights the delicate balance of ecosystems and the importance of conservation efforts.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, we covered some pretty amazing creatures so far.
We have.
What's next on our list of the abnormally awesome?
Well, if you think the aye's hunting technique is impressive, wait till you hear about the pistol shrimp. This little guy can produce one of the loudest sounds in the ocean with a single snap of its claw.
A loud snap from
Yeah,
a shrimp.
you heard me right.
I'm intrigued
Okay.
and a little skeptical. How loud can it be?
We're not talking about a little click here.
Okay.
This snap is so intense, it can stun or even kill small fish.
Really?
It can even interfere with sonar equipment.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just a loud noise?
No.
Nope. It's a weapon.
Exactly. That snapping sound you hear is actually a shock wave created by a cavitation bubble. The bubble collapses with such force that it generates temperatures comparable to the surface of the sun.
Get out of here.
For a very brief moment, of course.
Yeah.
But still, that is a lot of power.
That is wild.
Isn't it amazing?
From a tiny little shrimp.
Nature is full of surprises.
It really is. And speaking of surprises, let's move on to a bird that looks like it flew straight out of the prehistoric era.
Okay.
The shoebill.
The shoebill.
I've seen pictures of shoebills, and they are definitely striking.
Oh, yeah. There's something else.
With that massive shoe-shaped beak and piercing yellow eyes,
Uh-huh.
it's hard to believe they're real.
Well, they are very real and very impressive hunters. They stand motionless for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Really?
And their prey of choice is pretty surprising: crocodiles.
Crocodiles.
You heard that right.
Seriously?
Yeah, they go after crocs.
I mean, that beak must be incredibly strong.
It is. They use it to grab and crush their prey, which includes fish snakes and even baby crocodiles.
Wow.
They swallow their prey whole, and those beaks come in handy for breaking down bones and other tough material.
That's a serious bird.
It is.
Okay. I'm ready for the next creature on our list.
All right.
What do we got?
Get ready for this one, because we're about to enter the realm of the truly bizarre, the immortal jellyfish.
Immortal.
Immortal.
Like they live forever.
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of this,
You probably have.
but it doesn't seem possible.
I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But it's true. When faced with stress or injury, this jellyfish can revert back to its polyp stage, essentially becoming young again.
What?
Instead of dying, it just resets its life cycle.
But how does that even work? That's like rewinding time.
Scientists are still trying to unlock the secrets of this process.
Really?
It has incredible implications for understanding aging and cellular regeneration.
Right.
I mean, imagine the possibilities if we could apply this knowledge to humans.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's hard to even wrap my head around it.
I know, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready for our final creature. Bring on the weird.
Our last stop takes us to Australia, home to a creature that's an icon of weirdness, the platypus.
The platypus, the one and only.
It's like someone took a duck, a beaver, and a shrew and just mashed them all together.
It's a real Frankenstein's monster of the animal world.
Yeah, it's a mammal, but it lays eggs.
I know, it's crazy, right?
It has a duck-like bill and webbed feet, but it also has a beaver-like tail and venomous spurs on its hind legs.
Don't forget the spurs.
I mean, what's the evolutionary advantage of all that?
Well, the platypus is a fascinating example of how evolution can produce creatures that defy easy categorization.
Despite its seemingly random collection of features, the platypus is perfectly adapted to its environment. That bill is incredibly sensitive to electrical signals, allowing it to detect prey underwater. The webbed feet make it a powerful swimmer, and that dense fur keeps it warm in the cold Australian waters.
It's just so strange to think about.
I know.
It's like evolution was playing a game of mix and match when it created the platypus.
It really does seem that way.
And yet it works.
That's the beauty of it. Nature doesn't always follow a straight line or stick to a predictable pattern. It experiments, it adapts, and it produces some truly remarkable results.
It's a great reminder that our human concept of normal is pretty limited.
It is. We tend to put things in neat little boxes, but nature doesn't really care about our labels.
We've explored 10 incredible creatures today, each one pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Absolutely. They challenge our assumptions about what's possible and remind us that there's still so much we don't know about the natural world.
They challenge our assumptions about what's possible and remind us that there's still so much we don't know about the natural world.
It's a good reminder to stay curious and open-minded.
Totally.
What we consider abnormal might be perfectly ordinary from another creature's perspective.
Like the blobfish.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew it was actually a normal-looking fish until we dragged it up from the depths and messed with its whole environment?
Right, exactly. Each of these creatures, from the axolotl with its regenerative superpowers to the immortal jellyfish that can seemingly turn back time, has evolved these unique and often bizarre traits to survive in its specific environment.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder what other abnormalities are out there hidden in the depths of the ocean, the heart of the rainforest, or even right under our noses.
Oh, there are undoubtedly countless wonders waiting to be discovered, and the creatures we've talked about today are a testament to the ingenuity of evolution. They show us that life finds a way even in the most challenging and extreme conditions.
So what does all this mean for us? What can we take away from this deep dive into the world of the wonderfully weird?
I think the biggest takeaway is a sense of wonder and appreciation for the diversity of life on our planet.
Right.
We should embrace the abnormal, the unexpected, because it's in those outliers, those rule breakers, that we often find the most fascinating stories and potentially groundbreaking discoveries.
Yeah, it's like these creatures are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. It's inspiring, really.
It is. Who knows? Maybe studying these abnormal creatures could lead to breakthroughs in human medicine or technology. Imagine harnessing the regenerative power of the axolotl to help people recover from injuries, or understanding the immortal jellyfish's life cycle to find new ways to approach aging.
Those are some pretty incredible possibilities. It makes you think about the potential that exists in nature just waiting to be unlocked. It's a good reminder that even in the strangest, most unexpected corners of the animal kingdom, there's something to learn, something to marvel at, and maybe even something that could change the world as we know it.
So the next time you encounter something in nature that seems strange or out of place, remember to approach it with curiosity and an open mind. You never know what secrets it might hold.
Well said. I think we've all gained a newfound appreciation for the wonderfully weird today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of abnormally awesome animals.
Yeah. It really is. Like, the more we learn, the more you realize there's just so much more to learn.
Yeah, it's like that classic saying, right? The more you know you don't know.
Exactly.
It's humbling.
It is. It's a good reminder to stay curious and open-minded.
Absolutely.
What we consider abnormal might be perfectly ordinary, from another creature's perspective.
Like the blobfish.
Yeah.
I mean, who knew it was actually a normal-looking fish until we dragged it up from the depths
Yeah.
and messed with its whole environment?
Exactly. I mean, each of these creatures, from the axolotl with its regenerative superpowers to the immortal jellyfish that can seemingly turn back time, has evolved these unique and often bizarre traits, to survive in its specific environment.
It makes you wonder what other abnormalities are out there, hidden in the depths of the ocean, the heart of the rainforest, or even, right under our noses.
Oh, there are undoubtedly countless wonders still waiting to be discovered. And the creatures we've talked about today are a testament to the ingenuity of evolution. They show us that life finds a way even in the most challenging and extreme conditions.
So what does all this mean for us? What can we take away from this deep dive into the world of the wonderfully weird?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is a sense of wonder and appreciation for the diversity of life on our planet. We should embrace the abnormal, the unexpected, because it's in those outliers, those rule breakers, that we often find the most fascinating stories and potentially groundbreaking discoveries.
It's inspiring, really.
It is.
It's like these creatures are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
They are. Who knows? Maybe studying these abnormal creatures could lead to breakthroughs in human medicine or technology. Imagine harnessing the regenerative power of the axolotl to help people recover from injuries, or understanding the immortal jellyfish's life cycle to find new ways to approach aging.
Those are some pretty incredible possibilities.
They are.
It makes you think about the potential that exists in nature, just waiting to be unlocked. It's a good reminder that even in the strangest, most unexpected corners of the animal kingdom, there's something to learn, something to marvel at, and maybe even something that could change the world as we know it.
So the next time you encounter something in nature that seems strange or out of place, remember to approach it with curiosity and an open mind. You never know what secrets it might hold.
Well said. I think we've all gained a newfound appreciation for the wonderfully weird today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of abnormally awesome animals.